Hello everyone, my name is Alan DeCarroll. I'm the President and CEO of MedEd Manager, and we are here today to give you a brief demo, approximately 20 minutes long, of MedEd Manager and all of the features and functions that it has to offer to make CME management easy. We are located on the web at www.mededmanager.com. So let's go ahead and get started. The first screen I'm showing you here is what we call our marketing homepage. Each MedEd Manager account is given their own unique marketing homepage that lists all of their courses and offerings as far as live courses, online courses, or whatever you have to offer for CME credits. This page is customizable with your own logo, name, branding, whatnot, so that you can match your current institution's brand standards. As you can see, I can toggle between live courses, online courses. I can browse various courses, what's available. And each physician can view more details or less details about whatever course they're interested in. For our demo today, we're going to use the cardiology update, Heart of the Matter, as our example. You can see it tells me when the course is currently going to be happening. I can view basic information about the course, an overview. I can see what learning objectives will be covered during this course. I can view which faculty might be in attendance at this course. I can view additional information, such as the location, where the resort, what resort it might be held at, how I get to and from the resort, lodging accommodations that may be available, and any other information that you'd like to show. We also have a tab here for exhibit opportunities. So if I was a vendor and I was interested in exhibiting at this event, I could know who to contact and who to get a hold of. And then obviously things like the contact information about who to get a hold to. You'll see over here that this course is currently available for registration, and it is a live course, and there are 8 credits offered for this course. This registration is turned on and off automatically in the back end as far as when you allow accepting registrations and when registrations might close. So I'm a physician that's interested in registering for this event. Let's go ahead and walk through that process, and I'll show you how it happens. The first thing I'm prompted with is a sign-in screen. Each physician only needs one login, regardless of how many events they register for with MedEd Manager. If I have not created an account yet, I simply need to go to the bottom, enter in some basic information, hit continue, and it takes me to my profile page where I can complete registration. To save us time today, I'm going to simply register with an account that I've already created to show you how the process works. So after I log in, you'll see I quickly am taken to a registration page. The first question I'm asked is to identify my role, whether I'm an MD or a fellow resident. So I'll go ahead and indicate that I'm a resident. And then it asks if I would like to attend the pre-conference workshop on Tuesday, December 3rd for an additional $375. I'll go ahead and say that I am interested in that I do not have any dietary requirements, and that I heard about this course via a printed brochure. And I will hit save and continue. You'll see I'm taken to a page, payment detail page. Shows me that the registration fee is $9.99. And I did get a $200 discount because I indicated I was a resident. And $375 was added because I wanted to attend the pre-conference workshop for a total of $1174. If I did have any promotional codes or discount codes, I could indicate those right here and click apply. And I'll show you how those work on the back end. And then I can indicate my payment method. So if I wanted to pay by credit card, I would simply check that box, put in my credit card number, expiration date, and 3-digit security code. We do accept popular payment gateways such as Authorize.net or Virtual Merchant. All the money, we do use your merchant account, so all the money does flow directly through Authorize.net into your institution's checking account. For this demo, I will simply say that I'm interested in paying by check, and it tells me where I would need to remit my payment to. I do have the option to include a additional email address for the confirmation email, such as let's say I had a medical secretary and I would like to include him or her on the confirmation email that I would receive. So I'll go ahead and finalize that registration, and you'll see it takes me to a confirmation page. which indicates that the payment is due and where I should remit the payment to, and also gives me some confirmation down here. I did just receive the same confirmation email via email in my inbox, so I would have a copy there also. And alternatively, I can print this page for my records if I wanted to. So next I'm going to show you each physician has their own, what we call their physician profile dashboard, which has all the information about all events they've registered for and is their kind of control center for everything that they're doing with events for your organization. You'll see there's past events, maybe that be previous events that I've registered for in the past. I'm on the current events tabs, which shows that cardiology update that I just registered for. I can also see RSS events that might be available for anyone to register for. And there's a My Certificates tab, which shows me any certificates that I've completed. And there's not any here right now, but once I complete this event and pass either any exams that may be there for me or complete an evaluation, I would be able to print my certificate. So let's look at the current events real quick. You'll see that I have some basic information about this event. I can reprint my confirmation letter if I would need to, or I could print my invoice if I needed to. You'll see it just downloaded there. So there's no more needing to call your institution if they need a copy of their invoice to be submitted for reimbursement, because I can simply do it via my own dashboard portal. You'll see that there's also event materials here. There won't be any available right now because I have not yet paid. But once I pay, and I'll come back and show you this later, I would be able to download the course event materials such as PowerPoint slides, PDFs. It might be information about the venue as far as maps, things like that. And we also have a neat feature for online note-taking, which I will show you once I have paid. So that's what I'm going to stop out now, and I'm going to jump out to be an administrator. And I'm going to show you how all of this happens on the back end. So I'm going to sign out, and I'm going to sign back in as an administrator account. And now you're seeing that I see all the events that are currently available. And there's live events, online courses, RSS events, all of my different events that I have here. I can toggle between my options for this. But since this was a live event that we had just registered for, the cardiology update, I'm going to go ahead and click in on that one. And you'll see all of the same information that we saw on the public marketing page here on the back end, such as the title, the location, the description, the type of event, whether this was a conference, it could be a recurring event or a self-study tutorial or an online event. The current status is active, when it begins, when it ends, the responsible party, so this is the person that would get notified every time somebody registered, whether the evaluation has a certain ending date, whether we are currently accepting whether we're going to accept evaluations for this event. There's all kinds of other options too, as far as whether or not registration is required, or an evaluation is required to receive my credit. So if you check this box, they would have to complete the evaluation before they would receive credit. There's all kinds of other options in here as far as internal options, internal notes for the event, and we even offer tags. So you can tag events. So this one is tagged cardiovascular, and then that helps the system identify events which may be related to other events. For example, you've registered for this event, you might also be interested in attending this other event. All the other things, credit information, this course had 8 credits. You can see how that was done here. This day was worth 8 credits. You can also indicate what type of credit is offered, whether it be general credit, AMA, PRA Category 1 credit, and then their certificate would indicate what type of credit was offered for that course. I mentioned there was event materials for download. You'll see this event has 2 materials that are available for download. There's a PowerPoint and then a note test presentation that's available for download. But you could literally upload as much or as many different types of events, or I'm sorry, types of documents. You can even do videos or things like that that would be available for your attendees to download. We do have a moderated Q&A feature that's available, which allows during live events to be able to have your audience ask questions via their physician dashboard, and then you can answer those questions and show those questions on the screen if you'd like. We did have a photo uploaded for this event that you can see right here, and you can change that photo if you'd like. And then all of these other sections are the ones that we saw on the left, such as the faculty, the schedule, what learning objectives were available. And you can see that you can customize these pages as much as you'd like. You can change the font, bullets, bold, things like that. But another really neat feature with MedEd Manager is that you can turn these pages on or off. So let's say you're not quite ready to display this learning objectives page because it hasn't been finalized yet. You can simply turn that page off, and then it'll no longer display on the public marketing website. And when you're ready to finally show that page, you just simply toggle it on, and that page is now displayed on the marketing website. Instead of showing you all these other sections, because MedEd Manager does have many, many features to make your life easier, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to jump ahead to show you how the registration options happened. So the first thing you'll see, this course was $999. You can indicate that there's a non-refundable portion if you'd like. You can also indicate whether staff pricing. So if a member or if a physician is a member of your institution, you can have special pricing just for them. There was an option where we could enter discount codes or promotional codes. You'll see there's a few configured in here. There's one for scholarship that would save $700, who it's available to, and when it's available to. So maybe if you have an early bird discount code, you could do something like that. Or even if you wanted to test and measure your promotional materials, such as flyers that you mail out, you could put discount codes on there to indicate their effectiveness. You'll also see that when registration begins and when registration is cut off, you have the option to choose what type of access. So if you had only institutional events, you could do that. And you can also indicate event capacity. So if you say you had a room of only 150 and you couldn't accept any more registrations than that, you could have the capacity be 150, and it'll then automatically toggle that registration option off when you reach that capacity. We have payment options here for credit card and check, which you saw when we registered. And then there was a confirmation email that you received when you completed registration. And again, you can totally customize all of this information, bold, put links in there, things like that. Now, on the registration form, you might have noticed that we received some various discounts. That is done via the edit registration form, which is completely customizable. So as you can see, the first thing we were asked was what our role was, and we indicated that we were a resident and we received a $200 discount. That is done by simply choosing various options that they get a discount. Likewise, we had the pre-conference workshop, which we said we'd like to attend, for an additional $375. And those other options that we were given are simply here too. All of this is completely customizable. You can change the order of these if you'd like. You can even change the order of the questions if you would like. Now let's go in and show you how to accept that check for John Doe, who just registered. So the check has now arrived for John Doe, and your staff would simply come in here to the Manage Registration section, where they can see how many people are currently registered, how many faculty have registered, and the total registrations. And we're currently on the unpaid registrations. You'll see there's 3, but I also could see if there's any paid registrations, anybody who's canceled their registration, or any incomplete registrations. Those are people who started the registration process but never completely finished with it. So under unpaid registrations, we'll see we have John Doe here. Their current status is pending because they indicated that they were going to pay by check. So I would simply click on John Doe, And I have some additional options that I can do. If I needed to resend the confirmation letter, I could do that. But let's say I'm gonna complete their payment here. So I'm gonna change their payment to complete because we received their check. I'm gonna add the details here of the check number and simply hit save. Alternatively, let's say it got within a week of your event and this person is still not paid, and they call you up on the phone and they say, I indicated I was going to pay by check, but now I'd like to pay by credit card. You can simply click on the pay with credit card, and that would walk you through the process to simply collect their information over the phone and process their payment. So I'm going to go ahead and save that. And you'll see now under registrations, I now see that John Doe is a paid registrant, their check was received, and there's their check number. And they're all registered for your event. There are all kinds of neat other features that MedEd Manager offers, such as attendee list, labels and badges if you need to print things like name badges, labels, table tents, place cards, a conference attendee list. So when you're getting ready to head out on the plane, you can simply print a conference attendee list if you're going to check people in, things like that, and even a conference attendee sign-in sheet. So all that is ready for you, ready to roll. All the names are on there and it's all listed. So now let's talk about questionnaires a little bit. So your event is now over. You've had a successful event and you'd like to have a questionnaire. You simply click Edit Questionnaire, and it will give you options for creating something very similar to the Edit the Registration screen, where you can ask them various questions. So here we've asked, please indicate your current position, physician, surgeon, resident, fellow. Overall, how would you rate this activity? Excellent, very good, good, fair, poor. Overall, how would you rate the opportunity to ask questions? Excellent, very good, good. So as you can see a theme here, we have several questions who have answered or had the same options for answering those questions. And actually you can set those up by default in Likert scales, and I'll show you that in just a second here. So you don't have to retype them each time. You can simply choose a Likert scale. There are options for exams also. As you can indicate pre-tests and post-tests if you'd like. I'll show you an example of those. So this is an example of a pre-test that you could offer. You can indicate what the minimum score is to pass that exam or pass that test and how many times they can try to retake it. And also indicate the start date of when the exam would be visible to them within their physician dashboard and when it would end. You also have a few other options with exams, such as show answer explanations. Whether you want to show that on every attempt, the first attempt, the second attempt, or the third attempt, and also whether you want to show the correct answers to them. Do you want to give them the correct answers when they get it wrong, as far as which one was the correct one? And those are done in the same fashion. Here you can see we have a simple question: what is 1 plus 1? Is it 1, 2, or 3? And again, these are all customizable, so you can change the order and you can indicate whether they're active or inactive, and customize them as much as you would like. Post exams would be done the same way. When you're ready to send either a questionnaire or a evaluation, you simply click on the Send Evaluation link or the Send Exam link. That brings you a page that looks much like this, where again you can customize the text that is sent to them, and you'd simply say, send message now, only to myself for testing, or to all 6 attendees. And then they would simply get an email which would ask them to log in and complete their exam or their evaluation for credit. I'm going to show you a couple other quick things. I mentioned Likert scales. We have all kinds of other system settings that you can do as an administrator, such as turning your public view on or off, or the public event rotator on or off. And you can even customize the name, whether they're called self-study courses or online courses. I mentioned Likert scales. We had that excellent, good, very good, fair, poor. So you can define Likert scales if you have common answers for many of your questions. And then when you're either creating an exam or a evaluation, you could simply choose that Likert scale and you don't have to retype those in every time. So there are many, many features like this built into MedEd Manager to make your conference setup and process much easier than maybe what you've been doing in the past. So what I want to do here to end this quick session is I want to go back and just show you some of the exam materials. I'm going to actually sign back in as John Doe again, the participant, to show you what their experience might be like while they're at your conference. So I can simply click on my dashboard, and I get back to my physician dashboard here, and we'll see that I have the current cardiology update. And now when I click on event materials, you'll see that I'm actually getting some materials. So you'll see that there's a demo PowerPoint. This could be one of the conferences or one of the sessions that I've attended. I can download the PowerPoint. But we also have some very cool features that makes really an interactive experience for your physicians while they're at your conference, such as online note-taking. So they could be in this actual presentation or this session, and they can click on the notes version, which will give them all of the slides that they have, that they're seeing on the screen maybe, and they can take their own notes throughout the conference per each slide, and they can simply follow along with the presenter for each page, put in different notes for each page, and it will save them as they go through and automatically save each one, save each note for each page, and then obviously when they're done with the conference they can print this, which would give them a nice printable view with all of the slides and their own notes. So along with the moderated Q&A, we also have many online note-taking features that allow the participant to follow along with you at your live events. You'll also see that we have a Twitter feed in here that you can set up for any hashtag. So if you have a special hashtag for your event, this one's just using NFL, but if you had any special hashtag for your live event, you can indicate that and provide an interactive experience where the person can be taking notes or maybe viewing what other tweets are going on about your live event. So that's our demo for today. Hope you enjoyed it. If you have any other further questions, feel free to visit us on the web at www.mededmanager.com. We'd be happy to give you your own live demo or set up a demonstration account for you so that you can test it out on your own. Thanks a lot and have a great day.